All right, we're here with head coach Mark Berson. Team's getting ready to have their final training session in Columbia here today before hitting the road. First road match of the season, Friday night at FAU. Coach, your thoughts heading into the match?
Well, it's a big match for us. Conference opener on the road. It's our first match on the road, and we have a lot of young guys that haven't played on the road yet, so or in conference. So big challenges for us, but it's a very, very important game for us.
Still early in the season. You guys are still kind of trying to find your rhythm and your groove, both offensively and defensively. Friday night's match against Clemson, you guys definitely had your opportunities, just weren't able to capitalize on them. But definitely probably saw some positives and some improvement in these first 3 games of the year, some tough opponents. What do you guys need to do Friday night to come out victorious?
Well, I think, early in preseason, the matches came pretty fast and furious, and then actually with the opening games, pretty fast and furious. We had a little bit of time this week to focus and to reassess and to try to, study a few things with the guys and give them a little more time to digest things. So that's been great. I think we're definitely much better this week after going through all of our assessment of those early matches. So, we created a lot of good chances against Clemson. We played quite well against Georgetown and Duke, but it's still about capitalizing on your chances, and it's still about limiting the mistakes that you make, and we have to be better in both of those categories. And when we are, we'll be just fine, but that's our challenge on Friday.
This is kind of the first break you guys have had, without games. You had a stretch there of 2-3 weeks with a lot of games, a lot of matches. I believe 5 or 6 matches, counting the exhibitions. This is the first time you won't have a midweek game. Just how nice is it to have a break and kind of get the guys recovered and that sort of thing?
Well, it's really important. It was really tough losing, Kyle Guerreri for the season. He's a key player in our team, and our players. Honestly, it's a blow to the team, but it's also a blow psychologically because it's a tough thing when one of your teammates goes down. So it's given us some time to digest that. It's given us some time to digest the things we need to do on the soccer field to improve, and I think it's given us a chance to just refresh a little bit and get ready to go. So we're in a great space now headed into this match and looking forward to Friday night.
Joey Worthen, former assistant here under you, former player under you, really good player, great coach. He's the head guy at FAU. He's going into his 2nd year. How fun is it to go up against? I know you've got several former assistants that are head coaches places, but how fun is it to go up against your former assistants? And you got another one Tuesday night when you go to Furman and Doug Allison. Yeah, back-to-back former assistant coaches and players. I think we have 15 guys that are headed up Division I or college programs on the men's side or the women's side, and that's a wonderful testimony to the University of South Carolina and what the experience has been here for them, and our university. So that's great. It's not fun to play against your assistants. It's fun to see them. It's fun to see their families, and that's a warm moment and a great time, and that's great. But it's really not that much fun to play against your assistants. I don't think it's too personal, and it's I would rather not do that. But in this case, Doug's an in-state team that's done a great job at Furman. Joey in conference at FAU, so we're happy for them, and I'm thrilled with what they've done at their programs. And it's always a challenge when you go up and play against guys that know you well, and of course we know them well. And it's a great thing, but it is a little more difficult when you're playing against your friends. Okay, thanks, Coach. Best of luck Friday night against FAU.
Thanks.